Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found a sign to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken, I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win.
Yo, what's up, fellas? How we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Welcome back to another episode of BWT. Got some special guests here with me today. What's up, Daniel? We got my boy Jovan and Davey Dollars. He's taking a little break off of hosting his own show and co-host on the main show, Refuse to Lose, and now he's a guest on BWT tonight. We're going to get into some free agency talks, and we're going to talk about the expectations for the Dodgers on this season and how we've seen our teams and what moves that they've made, Yankees and the Red Sox. So before we get into that, make sure you guys are liking this video, commenting, sharing it. We are live on Facebook, X, and YouTube. And also make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. And one more thing, make sure you guys are tuning into all the shows on the network. We got RBO, Dave's Doghouse, Joe Jordan Show, In the Red Corner, CTC, FFC, and the main show, Refuse to Lose. All right, let's get right into it. Free agency so far this season. We've had a lot of moves, right? One move that shocked me today was Matt Carpenter being picked up by the Braves in a trade, and they tried to trade him away, and they couldn't get rid of his contract, so they cut him. So that was kind of shocking. Yankees Instagram has been saying like, oh, should we bring him back because he was tearing it up before he had hurt his foot, and he was out for the rest of the season. And 2 years ago, before he went to San Diego. And then we had Andrew Hedges sign with the Guardians for a year. And we had Jung-Ho Lee from Korea. He signed with the Giants. He was 6 years, 113 mil. And the Kansas City Royals, they've made tons of moves this offseason.
Spent a lot of money.
A lot of money. And they made one key move that if you've been following baseball for the past 3 years, you know that this guy just wins championships. Will Smith, right? So
he's been a World Series champ the last 3 seasons.
Yep. And when we were recapping the World Series, we said if you want this guy on your team, you got to make it happen because he's gonna get you a World Series championship, right? He doesn't really play too often, but it's just his vibe in the clubhouse, I guess. He's just a winner. So they signed Michael Wacha. They signed who else they signed? Hunter Renfroe.
Big move. I think that was a good move.
Yeah, that was huge for them. I kind of I like their offense like a little bit, especially in the AL Central where there's not really a favorite to win that division. Uh, I feel like all teams there are pretty even. So with the moves that they've made and the lineup that they already have with Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez being the vet that he is, even though he's switched over to first base because he's getting old, so he can't really catch. But MJ Melendez, a couple other guys that they got, I think they're gonna do really well this upcoming season.
Yeah. There was another move that happened today. Tom Murphy signed a deal with the Giants today. I believe that deal was for about 10 million.
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year, $10 million deal. I just heard Kyle Hart just signed a deal, even though he's not in the MLB. He signed a deal with the team in Korea
Okay. Still playing ball.
for 900K.
Hey, I'll
Hey,
take that all day.
definitely.
I think all of us would take a 900K deal right now.
Right?
Shoot, 900K, yeah, go ahead and sign me up. I ain't gonna do too much, but hey, I'll take 900.
Yeah. What are some moves that have caught your eye so far this off season?
I gotta talk about the big move,
Oh yeah,
Otani.
we got a whole segment on that. We
Oh,
can we can
Yeah.
say
I
we can.
think the I
that's the
think
biggest one to me.
the biggest move has to be um, the Yankees getting Soto. That was a great deal for both teams. I think the Padres made out pretty well with all the pitching they received, and it's people that are going to be impacting the team right off the bat. So um, I think it's going to work out for both teams. They both get help in areas they both need. So um, I think that was the biggest deal so far, outside of Otani, obviously. Um,
Mhm.
I think Juan
I,
Soto was a
I
huge.
I pretty much agree. But I think the Yankees have the better out of the deal
Yeah.
because if you look at the Padres spent a lot of money last off season and it got them nowhere.
Yeah,
So I'm going to give it to the Yankees because the Yankees is a team that without the injuries, they will probably be in the playoffs last year because Aaron Judge is out for majority of the season. That's their best player. I mean, the best player is out. I mean, what are you gonna do? That's like if let's say that's like if Lamar Jackson missed all of the season.
Yep.
Like we know the Ravens are not going to go far. Um,
Yeah.
if LeBron is out for
I don't
all
know
year,
about that. Now that
we
they
know the
signed,
Lakers not going nowhere. If Brown out for the rest of the year, the Lakers are going nowhere. Plain and
Dave, I
simple.
don't know about that. Now that they got Malik Cunningham, they might be able to put up a fight over there in Baltimore
Mm,
without Lamar.
no, I don't know about that. Snoop is not Lamar Jackson, so let's just be honest about that.
Yeah.
Um, I think the other biggest move. Well, I think the Dodgers just been having a really good offseason. Not just for Otani, but they're doing a whole lot of other things outside of that to continue to make moves in this
Yeah.
offseason. And the
Definitely.
Yankees, even though the Yankees haven't spent any money in free agency, the moves that they made just made sense. I was like, okay, well,
Hmm.
they making trades. They got someone from us who as Verdugo, I didn't think he was really going to be there for long, but they was like, no, we traded him to keep him. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't think you needed him, but hey,
Yeah, shocked
fine.
me.
Yeah, I think
Um,
I think we let go of Verdugo more because of Alex Cora and his relationship. I think he's kind of causing issues in the clubhouse. It sort of seemed like the past couple of years he would go on these streaks where he was on fire and everyone loved him, and then once things got bad, it kind of like he would start jogging up the line and whatnot. So I don't know, man. I wonder how he'll play in New York, and I wonder how he'll mesh with the guys over there.
Yeah. Um, he's already shaved his face, and he
Yeah.
looks weird. He looks weird, man. But I
Mhm.
feel like I feel like his personality is something that the Yankees needed in the clubhouse, because they're just so professional at like all times. Um, it's just like they hit a home run. They don't really celebrate too much. They but like Soto and Verdugo, they hit a home run. They're gonna bat flip. They're gonna look at the dugout. They're gonna pound their chest. They're gonna get the crowd going and all that. So I feel like I don't know how he's gonna play because the expectation in New York is huge, but he's coming from Boston to where the expectation was also uh, to win. So he might already have that dealt with.
Mhm.
I think a sneaky deal that not really anybody is talking about because it's not like big name is Jared Kelenic to the Braves. Right, that makes the outfield. He was a top 15 pick if I'm not mistaken, in when he got drafted. Um,
Top 15 or top 20, one of the two at least.
yeah, that makes the outfield Jared Kelenic, Michael Harris, and Ronald Acuna Jr.
That's a heck of a defense out there.
Crazy, insane.
Yep.
Because Ronald Acuna Jr., we all know what he can do out there on defense and offense. But you add, I got nothing to say. That's just crazy.
He was having a great season before
Hmm.
he struck out and kicked the cooler and broke his foot. Um, so kids, if you're watching, don't kick the cooler. It always wins.
Right.
Um, another good deal was Eugenio Suarez going to the Diamondbacks. Right, they're filling that hole third base with Longo potentially retiring or going somewhere else to finish off his career. He's a big bat. He's good defensively, and it's going to be needed in that NL West because what the Dodgers are doing and everything that the move that the Padres made getting, they got like 4 or 5 pitchers in that deal for Soto and Grisham. You can't forget about Grisham. Um, he I feel like the Diamondbacks are destined to make another run, right? They
Also,
got
picking up Goriel too is huge for them.
yeah, re-signing him is huge for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they got a taste of the World Series last year, and I'm sure they have that bitter taste in their mouth now of losing the World Series. So they definitely want to get back and have a chance to win it next season or within the next couple seasons. Um,
So I know we're talking about baseball, but the Eagles just lost.
no way. The chat's about to go crazy.
It is going crazy. It is going crazy right now.
Cry,
Yeah,
Eagles,
Hurst
cry.
threw a late game interception.
Oh, I just saw it. Oh man.
Jalen Hurts is not Michael Jordan, man. He can't play through the flu.
Oh,
Oh man,
I can't wait to catch up.
I
Dude, why
can't.
they have his chin strap around his mouth, dude? What's up with that?
You saw that too?
Yeah, I was
I
wondering
thought
how
I
he
was tripping. I was like, why is this strap like that? Like, why is it on his chin? Like, but hey, that's one thing.
got.
So I got it's another move I wanted to talk about. That the Dodgers had did. So they went and traded for Tyler Glasnow and Manuel Margot. And once they did that, they actually gave Tyler a contract extension,
Mm-hmm.
which was 5 years, 136.5 million. Um the breakdown is 25 million and 25 million in 2024, 30 million and 25, 26, and 27. Then the club option for 30 million or a player option for 21.21.5 million in 2028. The
And
Dodgers are doing whatever they can to make
yeah,
sure they put some talent around Otani, which is the big pickup they got, so they can win now.
oh
I mean,
yeah,
you might only get one or two solid years out of Tyler Glass now, if we're being honest.
yeah. He's
Injury prone.
That's all you
injury
need.
prone.
All you need is 1 or 2 years um when you got guys, you got Mookie Betts on this team. You got see,
Freddie Freeman,
you got Freddie Freeman,
Will,
smooth Freddie Freeman,
Will Smith,
Will
Gap
Smith,
coming back from injury, Max Muncy.
and they're not done making moves. I don't think
No.
because
They need pitching. That's the main place that they need help is pitching. The
yeah,
whole situation with Julio Urias and
hmm
whatever he got going on, like domestic abuse and whatnot,
Hmm. Yep.
he's likely not coming back to the organization. They lost a lot of money on Trevor Bauer when that whole situation happened with him. Walker Bueller has been hurt. So
He's coming.
they've kind of they've got like a curse going on with their pitchers for whatever reason. And
Yeah. They had like Dustin May, he had forearm tightness.
mhm.
Um Walker Bueller coming back from Tommy John. He was going to come back and pitch last year, but when he was throwing bullpens, they didn't like what they were seeing, so they just shut him down for the whole season. Um and then the Diamondbacks also went out and got Eduardo Rodriguez, lefty pitcher.
That's a
So
big pickup.
the
yeah,
Diamondbacks like, hey, we got to the World Series, but we ain't satisfied about that. We got other moves to make. We want to improve, and that's what you're supposed to do. Once you get to the promised land and you don't win it, you got to make sure you do whatever you can to improve because that shows you that there were some flaws that you had to be able to not win at all. So go
But
fill
we
those
could
holes.
we could also look at the Phillies going and doing the same thing, and it kind of changed the whole team a little bit. For whatever reason, they didn't make it as far as they did the year prior with probably better players, which is
hmm
crazy, you know.
I think
yeah,
the Phillies are stupid for changing their uniforms though, from taking the red away from the uniforms. So like that's stupid.
Yeah.
But
So
they also they also can use some. I think what they should do is try to go get Mike Trout. Even though the Angels said that he's not available for trade, like what are you keeping him for? You're not going nowhere. You're not making no moves. One of your best players are gone. All you got is Mike Trout now.
hmm
Send him somewhere. Don't make him suffer.
yeah,
yeah,
they're they're probably trying to give Ron Washington some chance to see if you can get Anthony Rendon to play up to what he's been paid to play. Like they
There's
want
only
to see
so much Ron Washington's going to be able to do for
he
that.
gets hurt.
so it's gonna be. I'm excited to see him coach again. To be honest, he's full of energy. He's like freaking 10 cups of coffee in when he's at the field, and I don't know. I think it's gonna be good for the team. Wish they did this earlier for the guy, but
Yeah,
everyone in the Braves just say how great of a coach he is and how much like excitement he brings to the ball field. So uh,
hmm
These chats are going so crazy. I had to put my phone to do not disturb, which is
I already know I'm gonna have at least 100 messages after this. I'm gonna
man.
catch up. Um, and the Orioles went out and got a closer, Craig Kimbrell. He signed
Ooh.
here, 13 mil, to replace Felix Batista, who got Tommy John later on in the season last year. So that's going to be big for them. Even though he blew the Phillies' chance to represent the National League in the World Series last year with those two blown saves out in Arizona. Um,
still will go down as one of the best closers of all time.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
What do you think the Rangers are going to do with Max Scherzer now out until at least June and July?
Yeah, they got DeGrom is also out until that time, and the dude who they just signed, Tyler Malley, he is also recovering from Tommy John. So that's three guys that you counted on to be a starter, and they're not going to be there until midsummer.
That's
Um,
crazy.
I think they have to make a push for Montgomery. You know, Montgomery was playing amazing in the postseason last year. Ever since he got traded, like last year when the Yankees traded him to the Cardinals, he was pitching lights out, and then this trade deadline, he got traded to the Rangers and pitched well after the trade deadline, and it carried on into the postseason. Um, I mean, they still got Eovaldi, so they have an ace for now who they can definitely rely on every fifth day. Um, so I'm not really worried about that, but um, yeah, I think they definitely need to give him one more guy, right? Just to balance it out a little bit, especially in that AL West. That AL West is always competitive between the top four teams, at least, with the Athletics just existing. You know, they're
They're just there.
not. And then one more deal I wanted to talk about was Jamer Candelario going to the Cincinnati Reds for 3 years, 45 mil. I think that's big for them. They were earlier in the offseason, they were talking about shopping Jonathan India or moving him to first base or DH because they also released Joey Votto. So that's going to be big for them to have an everyday third baseman and Ellie De La Cruz to be at short. And then I forgot who they got at second, but they got another young stud there. Um, and then my guy Sevy, he leaves. He leaves. He takes the
You're talking about McLean.
yeah, yep. And then my guy Luis Severino, he takes a train from the Bronx to Queens, signs a 1 year deal with the Mets. Um, I know I talked a lot of trash about him this year.
Mm,
He he uh, he was good, man. He was good, and I didn't expect him to have this bad of a season. He went through a stretch where he couldn't even get out of the first inning without allowing 3, 4, 5 runs.
mm.
It was if you were in the chat, you definitely know what I'm talking about because
Yeah, Louis, you had Teddy stressed, man. My man got some gray hairs on his chin now because of you.
oh man,
And Domingo Herman's a free agent for you guys too. I wonder where he
yeah,
went. I know
yeah,
the Red Sox had some interest in him, but it seems like it's a trending thing with the Red Sox right now. We have a lot of interest in everybody, uh,
hmm
and they're having a tough time closing. So
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you guys definitely
Sounds
closed,
like the Miami Heat.
you guys closed out on Cooper Criswell for
yeah,
1 year,
Wow,
$1 million,
wow,
yeah,
wow.
that's the
and
only deal we've made so far.
you guys traded for Tyler O'Neill.
Yep.
I like Tyler O'Neill. I think that was a good trade, but
Yeah,
the other thing,
definitely needed a right-handed bat.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. But
we're
we
not
need,
close to being done. I think the people we're going after are still on the board,
but
and
they're not. The thing about that is we're not getting second visits. That's the thing. We're not getting second visits. Is I don't know what's going on in these meeting rooms and when we're talking to these free agents, but whatever it is, that ain't working.
I mean, we'll see what happens with Yamamoto. I'm excited to see.
This
I
guy.
think we need him the most out of any team.
Yeah, we need him the most, but
But
we doesn't mean we're gonna get him.
I think
That's
we'll
the
pick him
thing.
up.
I think that's the thing about me. Yeah, we need a lot. We need pitching bad, but what are we doing in these meetings talking to these pitchers to not be able to get them to come to Boston? Like, what is going on?
Well, there's a lot of pitchers on the market still, and I think it's going to come down to what Yamamoto does.
Yeah,
once Yamamoto signs, he's kind of going to set the market for every other pitcher out there. He's 25. He's probably going to get 300 plus million on like
Hmm.
10-year
Eas-
deal.
Easily.
So I think once he signs, we're going to start seeing a lot more movement and traction. And if the Red Sox lose out on him, that's when we'll start signing some other pitchers. But I think all of our eggs in one basket, which is not a good thing right now, like you said, Dave.
That's my thing. Yeah, it's like, all right, we talking about can we go get some other stuff too? Like I feel like we haven't spent money, so we should have more than enough to be able to sign him and other pitchers. So
Hmm.
if we were going to sign him, we should have signed those other pitchers first, and then do whatever we can to tell him like, hey, look, we we want to sign you, but we got other pitchers around you, so we're not all dependent upon you. But we know that you're going to be a key piece. That's the thing when it comes to signing a free agent. They don't want to. Yes, they will they more so want to have the money and they want to be one of the best players in the league, but they don't want to be the only good player on the team, the only good pitcher on the team. You know, you got to surround them with other teammates to be able to give them an opportunity to go win. They don't just want to be most more times than not, at least in baseball what I see. They're not really in it for the money. They want to go win.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can say about baseball because for one, it is the hardest sport to play, um, other than soccer. But I mean, you want to get a chance to go win a World Series. You want a chance to go to the playoffs. And right now, if we're being brutally honest, Jovan, the Red Sox do not look like a team that's trying to go to the playoffs because we're not making the moves that we need to make to put ourselves in that position. Um,
Yeah, but
and
what I will say,
we got young stars. We got Rafael Devers. We got some good young players, but we're not surrounding them with the defense to be able to have the offense that we can put out there.
no, I agree. But I will say I'm not going to be so tough on Craig Breslow until I see the opening day roster. So I right now I totally agree with you. I'm a little nervous. I'm constantly refreshing my Twitter feed, praying that there's some good news coming. But I mean, each day it's just a letdown. I'm kind of disappointed where we are right now. But like I said, I can't. I don't feel like um, it's fair for me to be disappointed in him at this point of the year. Once we
Mhm.
get closer to opening day, I expect a couple of big signings. If not, I'll be disappointed as a Red Sox fan, knowing how much money we have. Um, Now, I do think we're running into issues where like we're kind of a cold team. Um, the past couple of years, as you know, we've come in last place. It's not like a destination where players feel like we're ready to win right now. So it's hard to sign those big name guys even with the money. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think that's kind of the issue that we're running into right now. It's like who wants to play for a team that's been in last place, even if you're offering a shit ton of money. I mean, sorry to drop the S word, but
I
uh,
didn't even notice you said that until just now.
yeah, no. But I think the Mets are gonna be a big suitor for Yamamoto too. Uh, I think the Mets
The
might
Mets are the Mets.
outbid the Red Sox, and he might want to go play with Kodai Senga as well. I think
Yeah.
it's close. So I think Red Sox and the Mets need him the most, and then I think it goes Dodgers, Yankees. Um, but who's to say that he might just want to take less money and go to somewhere to win? And if that's the case, he'll go to the Dodgers. But he's not going to be as marketable there and not get as much money on endorsements because Otani's going to be the biggest star there, And then you got Mookie, Freddie Freeman. So if
That's
he's got
true.
money, he'll choose a big market team, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. He won't be the big. I mean, no one is going to be the big. No one is going to be the big. You know, prize in L.A. Period.
Yeah.
Not just the Dodgers, but in L.A. Yeah, Otani runs LA right now. If you really think about that, that man is going to get a good. He's going to average about a good 50, 60 million off of endorsements.
Hmm.
So
All the jerseys being bought are his. Like,
exactly,
someone's going to go get
exactly.
a Yamamoto jersey,
It's not going to be cheap. Even if you try to go on Amazon and get Otani jersey, it ain't going to be cheap. tell you that right now.
Not at all.
So,
Um,
but Yamamoto, I think wherever he signs, um,
I thought that what you posted in the chat, Dave, was crazy. That he had the most sold jerseys in 48 hours. Um, the last person was Messi, and like for him to have more
yeah,
jerseys than Messi is like that's like insane.
yeah, definitely.
We all know that Messi's like superstar.
and Messi has championships.
Yeah,
Messi's
Exactly.
one of the greatest soccer players of all time.
yeah.
And that's not to say that Otani cannot be that, but he's not that right now.
No, he's got a lot more to prove. I
He
agree.
does, but we already know how great that he has been since he's been in the league. So
Mhm.
he definitely has the abilities to be able to be one of those. But sheesh, can I be Otani for a day?
I just want to be him for like an hour.
That's
Right?
it.
Hey, you don't even have to give me a day. It's just be him for an hour, make like, what is it, like 75K or something like that. Makes in an hour.
Ridiculous.
One team that is definitely trying to boost their chances on the postseason is the Cardinals. Right, they went out and signed three pitchers, starting pitchers. They went out and got Sonny Gray, 3 years, 75 mil. Lance Lynn, 1 year, 11 mil, and Kyle Gibson, 1 year, 13 mil.
I like the Sunny Gray move.
Yeah, definitely. I like Sonny Gray, but the last time that he was expected to be top tier, he folded when he came to New York. Um, but that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean you got to think about it's New York.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
it's different in New York. It's that same way in basketball and football.
hmm,
New York is just a different environment.
yep,
And that's almost like going to the Lakers or going to the Celtics. It's a
yep,
different environment.
hmm,
It's you're expected to win when you go there. So the expectations are monstrous when you go to those places. So you got to be able to put up. You got to be either the player or one of the players.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sonny just did not step up to that.
No, he
And
didn't.
a little backstory to Sonny Gray in New York. I was watching like a podcast. I forget who it was, but it was one of his teammates that actually played with Sonny Gray on the Yankees, and he is he was the kind of pitcher that would cross catchers up. Like he would throw a pitch, and the catcher would call a pitch, and then in the middle of delivering the pitch, he would change his mind and throw whatever pitch, and it was effective for him. Catchers hated catching him. Um, but I guess when he went to the Yankees, the pitching coach really wanted him to be effective with his cutter.
Hmm,
They wanted him to be a cutter pitcher. And so he kind of felt like he wasn't able to pitch like himself. And I guess that's what he blames on his success um, when he was able to go to the Twins. He's kind of able to be himself again and not be critiqued on how he pitches and kind of how he goes about his business, what his out pitches are and whatnot. Um, but the Yankees were being very hands on with him, I guess. The pitching coach was being very hands on how he wants him to get people out. So
yeah.
um, that's just what I heard from a backstory on a podcast. I can't remember exactly who it was, but um, yeah, it's kind of crazy how you can go from one team to another and then just have that much success being in a different uniform. You know.
Hmm,
Sometimes what it is. Sometimes you just need a new environment.
For
yeah.
sure.
What
And
about the move? The Giants finally get their marquee free agent, Jung Hoo Lee.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, that was huge.
6 year
He,
contract,
Overpaid a
man.
little bit though, for sure.
you said
And
underpaid?
Overpaid.
Oh, I don't know about that. The dude was a stud over in Korea. Look up his
Yeah.
numbers and then think that I don't know, dude. He
I
was
mean, dude, they also said that we overpaid for Masataka Yoshida, and his numbers were pretty legit as well. Let's
yeah,
see.
but you guys you guys went like 40 mil over what everybody else was offering. That's why they said that you guys overpaid.
Let's see his numbers.
I
So
believe Jung Ho Lee was a like career 350 hitter over in Korea. Um,
340. You're close.
converted shortstop to center fielder because of what's that dude out in San Diego? Oh man,
He's only 24 too.
yeah,
Yeah, he young.
yep. And he introduced himself in English. He didn't have a translator. I think that
No,
was I think that was dope.
that
Uh,
was
damn, what's oh, uh, is it Ha-Sung Kim? Yeah, Ha-Sung Kim.
yeah, yeah.
He's with the Padres. He was on that same team that Jung Ho Lee was on, and he beat him out for shortstop, and then he converted to an outfielder. He was one of the top hitters in free agency. Um, I was hoping that the Yankees were gonna get him because he's a left-handed bat. Um, but with the move that they made for Soto, I don't see and Verdugo, I don't see them going to get another left-handed bat unless it's the guy that I've been talking about since the trade deadline, Cody Bellinger. You know, his dad played for New York. Why not follow your dad's footsteps? You grew up in the clubhouse, come over to the Bronx. You know, I still can't believe that he hasn't been offered anything because he had a resurgence, winning the comeback player of the year last year. Um, with just an awful couple years over in Los Angeles. I don't know what happened because his rookie year, he was phenomenal. He was one of the dudes, and then he just fell off. Um, but I'm glad that he picked it up last year, and now he's just waiting to get his bag. Um, he's one of the top free agents left. Other top free agents are Jorge Soler, Matt Chapman, Justin Turner, Teoscar Hernandez, J.D. Martinez, Blake Snell, Jordan Hicks, Jordan Montgomery, Brandon Woodruff, uh, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shota Amanaga. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names. Kevin Kiermaier, Michael Brantley, Reese Hoskins, Martin Maldonado, and Josh Hader. Those are some top guys that still haven't gotten paid. Um, I thought that once Otani signed a deal, everything else was just gonna fall into place, and we were gonna start getting deals left and right. I don't know what is going on right now, but there's no reason why some of these guys shouldn't have a team right now. Um,
I think everybody's just waiting on that Yamamoto.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean,
I didn't think that would be the case either. I thought once Otani signed, it would be like a flurry of
mhm,
people signing. But it's like I feel like now it's starting to pick up because I got maybe about 5 or 6 alerts today about some free agency moves, and I was like, man, it's starting to pick up randomly today.
yeah.
But for me, I think that's a sign that Yamamoto will be signing soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because his posting date, I believe, ends in like a couple weeks. So if they don't get a deal, he's going back over to Japan to play. Um,
Mhm.
so Yankees make the call. Um,
No, no, no.
let's switch over to the Dodgers expectations next season. I'm gonna start off with you, Jovan. What do you expect the Dodgers to do next season?
Um, I mean, I think it's a little premature to say they win a World Series, but I do think they get back into. I mean, they always win the division, so I can see them definitely winning the division again. Um, and I'll say that they get knocked out in the CS.
Okay,
I'll say they get knocked out in the CS this year.
by who?
Ooh. Uh, Damn, it's a good one.
The Mets.
If the Mets made it to the ALCS, I mean to the NLCS, I think I'd be losing my mind. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I honestly can't. I can't tell you. Um, it'd be awesome if it was the Padres, but Padres are like a comeback year.
Mm,
But who knows, dude? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
yeah,
What
I'm
about
I'm not
you?
I'm not gonna go that far and say where they get eliminated or if they get eliminated. All I'm gonna say is they should be competing for a World Series championship. That's what I'm gonna say. Because you have, like I said, you have the three main stars, and you have plenty of money to be able to go around, because of what Otani did with his deal. So you have what you need. You got really good players. You got Mookie Betts who can play multiple positions. He's shown that already. Um, you got Otani, who's going to come in and be DH on opening day, but he can play defense. You know, he doesn't just pitch. He can be on the outfield as well. So it all depends on what you decide to do with this team. And we all know Freddie Freeman has been, one of the best players in the league for a while now. So what your team should do is your team should be competing for a World Series championship. You went and made this move to go get Otani from the Angels to be able to compete for a championship.
Mm,
Um, Mookie Betts though is going to have to step up in the playoffs and not have a terrible playoffs like he did this past season. Um, and you want Otani to be healthy. I think this is the what back to back years he's had surgery. Um, So you got to do your team, if healthy, should be competing for a World Series championship. It should be nothing less than that.
yeah,
Um, you shouldn't be a wild card team. That should be no. If you're a wild card team, that's an automatic failure. Even if you go win the World Series, well, no, then again, no. But if you get there, if you get there and lose, but you're a wild card, then that's not good enough. It's not good. This is not a wild card team. This is a championship team. The way it's built, if you look at
yeah,
this team on paper, this team should be able to be competing for a World Series championship, not just for this year, but for multiple seasons.
yeah,
So that's my expectations. You need to be competing for a championship.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll say, I'll say the Braves actually, Teddy. They have to lose to.
That's
Okay.
probably the team that has the best opportunity is the Braves. But don't forget about the Diamondbacks. They were just in the World Series and they haven't been improving the team. So I think it's
And,
between those three right now.
and they did just sweep the Dodgers in the NLDS. So
Exactly.
um yeah, I mean right now I expect them to win the NL West, get over 105 wins and a deep postseason run. They can't get eliminated in the first round this year. Their stars need to show up. There's no reason why Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman combined go 1 for 24 in the postseason.
It's
Um,
terrible.
they, they were top three in MVP voting this year, and they just go out and do what they did. That's completely unacceptable. And I understand why they're making all these moves. Maybe they felt a lot of pressure, right? Maybe that whole break when they got the first round bye while the wild card teams play. Maybe that took a toll on them because we also saw that happen with the Braves, and with the Orioles, right? Three 300 win teams were eliminated in the first round, um, and they all had that bye. The only one that had that bye that went on to go on to the next round was the Astros. Um, but yeah, man, this rotation, they got Tyler Glass now, Bobby Miller, Walker Bueller, Dustin May, Emmett Sheehan, and then they haven't re-signed Clayton Kershaw, but I'm assuming that they're going to, just loyalty reasons. He had back surgery. He won't be back until like I think midsummer as well. Um, so and then their bullpen is one of the top in the game. They just re-signed Joe Kelly. They got Brusador Gratterall. They got tons of other arms that come out and shut the door. And the lineup, listen to this: Mookie Betts at second, Otani DHing, Freddie Freeman at first, Will Smith catching, Max Muncy at third, James Outman in center, Manuel Margot in left, Jason Hayward in right, and Gavin Lux at shortstop.
People forget about Jason Hayward, man. Jason Hayward is definitely another key piece on his team. So that's a that's just because to me it may not be the exact same thing because the Dodgers haven't won a championship with Mookie Betts there, but this is reminds me of like the Warriors when they went and signed KD.
They won one in
Yeah, they
20.
won in 2020. He was
Okay.
yeah,
Maybe I just wanted to forget about it because I'm a Red Sox fan. But
yeah, definitely.
The COVID year.
Yeah,
but just look this lineup with Otani being added and you add Will Smith.
it's
Yeah,
crazy. It's crazy. It's
it's crazy. If you look at the roster, it to me you may say that this is the best roster in baseball.
easily top three. Easily, I would have to put the Yankees up there, with the acquisition of
Well, yeah, with Soto, when you
Soto.
add Juan Soto to that team, you definitely
Listen
put
to
them
that
up there.
lineup. They got it's it's not as crazy, but DJ LeMahieu, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Gleyber Torres, Rizzo, Stanton, Verdugo, Jose Trevino. People forget about him coming back, um, and then Anthony Volpe. And then they got on the bench. They got Trent Grisham, um, Peraza, Cabrera, Pereira, and Austin Wells. They need another pitcher because right now I only count four with losing Severino and Michael King in that trade, and we also let go of three other ones that were in our minor league system, and we also let go of two in the minor league system for Verdugo. So we've let go of like seven pitchers this offseason to get offense, but that is what we needed. We needed left-handed bats, and everybody just cries about that short porch and right, and I think we should take advantage of it for those 81 games that we have in New York. And that lineup, I can't wait to go out there and watch a game. I can't wait for them to come to Boston so I can catch a game, and I cannot wait to wear my Juan Soto jersey.
Good luck around air, buddy.
No way, I got your back, Javon. I got your back.
If you want to donate, you can too.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
Donation.
I wasn't in that bet. I'm sorry. I got nothing to do with that. You on your own in that one.
For just $1 a day, you can help Jovan.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. He gonna get a penny a day. That's what he gonna get. But man, can we just please talk about this Otani deal?
Oh man, yeah.
We got to talk about this now.
So for those who have been living under a rock, Shohei Otani got 10 years, $700 million. And the crazy part is that he deferred $680 million towards after the contract. He's only getting $20 million in 10 years, $2 million per year, and he is getting $68 million a year after the contract expires. He is making less than like Austin Hedges, right? And Austin Hedges is not a guy that should be making more than Shohei Otani. For him to, it was said that he came up with this himself. The Dodgers didn't come up with it. He wanted to give them room to go out and still sign other players and do the moves that they've been making. And I don't see them done. I see them going to make some more deals, get some more probably bench players, because injuries will happen throughout this long season. People just get tired. All right, 162 games regular season, and then 3 rounds of playoffs if you want to win the whole thing. You got to have guys on deck just in case anything happens. Especially with like they've got some older players, right? So you wanna give them some rest. Yeah, Dick.
I think with um I think with him making that decision, it was smart. Two reasons. Smart because he knew he was going to make the money
Hmm.
outside of baseball. Because he know his endorsements is going to pay him.
And so,
Two, he was smart because now he can see what this team's going to do to put talent around him. That's what I think. That I don't think a lot of people have even thought about that or even said it. I'm not sure, but he did that for those two reasons to see because he know he's going to make money. But two, what are you going like? What are you going to do to put around me for us to win? Like what is your plan after you sign me? Like, are you going to go get more help, or is it just me? Like, you just waiting on me to come over and help you out, or
mhm.
you going to put more talent around me to help me compete for a championship? Because you saw what I went through in LA. You know, they had the opportunity to go make some moves before the trade deadline, and they did nothing. They could have, got some people in the off season, and that didn't work out for them. Me and Mike Trout have pretty much had no success together. The most success we had with both of us being on the same diamond is in the WBC, and we were on opposite sides.
Crazy.
So I don't want to go through that again. I want to be able to win and like win now. So what are you going to do to help this organization? So I'm giving you an opportunity. You're only going to have to pay me $2 million now, and then 68 million after I'm done.
60.
So what's going to happen with this team? Are you going to sign some more hitters? Are you going to sign some pitchers to replace my arm since I'm not able to pitch right now? And I just had Tommy John and I had a UCL tear. What is what like what's next? And the Dodgers pretty much they already had that. It
Mhm.
wasn't really much they needed to add, but now they have an opportunity to add more. So it's like, okay, I'm already ready. Like, yeah, we want you here, but we don't necessarily need you. We already have had success. Like you said, we won a World Series title in 2020. It was the COVID year, but it doesn't matter. We won. And what other team can you go to that has a roster like this that can say that?
Not many. Jovan, what do you think about this deal?
Otani's that dude, man. He got paid, and that's a generational wealth. His family's good forever. It's good to see players kind of changing the game a little bit. The owner. My favorite part of that whole deal is the fact that if anything changes between the GM and the
Mm.
owner,
Yeah,
uh, next 10 years, he's able to opt out of his
He can
contract.
just he can roll out. He be like, all right, peace.
Yeah,
They gone, I'm gone.
yeah, and that kind of just that shows you a little bit about like what he's looking for in a team. He's kind of like looking for some stability, and looking for an organization he can trust, not to treat him like just like a dog on the side of the road.
yeah,
He wants to be treated with loyalty and be a part of an organization, which the LA Dodgers is probably, I'll say, top three organizations, if not the best organization of all time, um, which is how they handle business. So I don't think he'll have any issues with the GM leaving or the owner leaving. That's just not part of their culture over there in LA.
yeah.
They love baseball. They're one of the best baseball teams ever. Best organization. So I don't know, man. I'm excited for Otani. I think I'm excited to see him actually play in the playoffs. I'm upset that he's not on the Red Sox doing it, obviously, but it is what it is. I'll still be a fan. I'll be watching him every time he gets up. I make sure I stop what I'm doing and I'm watching what he's doing up there. So um, I think that it might go down as a bad deal, though, in the future for the Dodgers, money wise. when they're paying that contract out after the 10 years. That's a lot of money they're going to have to be paying out.
Mm,
They'll be shelling that money out for a long time. But we'll see how the contract ages. It could be he might have hustled them pretty good too at the same time.
mm, yeah, you can look at it that way, but you got to think about it how it is now. The money that it is now, it would seem like it would be highway robbery, but 10 years from now, that money is going to be nothing.
Yeah.
That's like whose contract can I tell? That's like Patrick Mahomes' contract with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hmm.
It looks like absolutely nothing now. Because at first it was like, all right, yeah, highest paid, and now it's just like, oh, this is team friendly, and that's pretty much what it is with this deal. It's team friendly. It's very team friendly because in 10 years from now, 68 million is going to be like 6.8 million. It's not going to be nothing.
Yep.
So they trust me. This worked out for all parties. This is one of the rare times. This is a Brady-esque move if you really think about it, because Brady was never the highest paid player in the NFL, never.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
it'll work out for him.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll work out for them too. Hopefully they can win some championships with him on the roster. I'm definitely excited to, like Jovan said, to see him play in the playoffs. Something that every baseball fan has been itching to see. And like Dave said earlier, get Mike Trout out of LA. Um, get him. Every baseball fan in America wants to see Mike Trout in the postseason. We've only
I
got
was trying to demand a trade.
yeah, easily. We only saw him one time in the playoffs, and he got swept.
Yeah, it was not a good sighting.
So we definitely need to see him playing some meaningful baseball down the stretch in October. Um, just for the game, you know. Just brings there's a lot of kids that look up to Mike Trout and see him as their favorite baseball player, and they want to see the postseason. Want to see him in the postseason. So yeah, I think that that needs to be done. Um, but yeah, man, that's all we got for you guys today. You guys got any last words?
Go Red
Just thanks
Sox.
for having me
Make
on.
some moves, man.
Go
We
Red
spent
Sox.
no money.
Go
You
Go
spent
make
Sox,
some moves.
man.
you spent a
Yeah.
mil.
That's no money. That's $1
It's a million more
to
than the
us,
Yankees
for
spent.
real.
I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, but the Yankees got better.
But
You got
steady. Shut it.
you got a
Cut it.
guy
No.
from 97 to 88.
Facts.
And he got DFA'd last year.
Man, my goodness. My goodness. My goodness.
Hey, a million's just to see, what he can do. Who knows?
I guess.
Tune into all the shows on the network. Tune into Arturo show. We will be early tomorrow. It's not gonna be your normal 7 o'clock show. We're gonna be early tomorrow, like around 4:30. We haven't made a decision yet, but it will be early.
Okay.
Tune into RBO, CTC, FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. The fantasy playoffs are going on right now, so you might want to tune into what he's talking about.
I'm not in
I
it.
got eliminated, but yeah, it's all good. Dave's Doghouse. I'll be back. I don't know if it's gonna be Wednesday or Thursday, but I will have another show. Shout out to you, Teddy, because now you got Brian Cashman's out of the doghouse. But who knows?
He's partially out. I would say he's partially out.
Partially out, but right now he's out right now. So
Got to make one more deal.
So if Bill Belichick is gone, then you might have someone else in Boston that's up in there. But it's all right. But definitely tune in because there is a team in Detroit that will be in the doghouse. So you might want to pay attention to that. And
Lock them up and don't let them out.
yeah, until they get a win, they're going to be in there. So definitely, I'm always grateful to be able to be on BWT. I know you guys are always want me to come on, and you guys waited for me just to be able to have this opportunity. So I appreciate it, and thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks, Teddy. Appreciate you having me on as well. It's always a blast talking baseball with you guys, and yeah, man, I'm always excited to hop on your show. So uh, anytime we can get together and talk some baseball, hopefully the Red Sox are in a better situation by the time we get together again. But yeah, man, thanks again, and make sure you guys follow, share, and subscribe to all the Refuse to Lose channels, man.
you. Yes, sir.
He just bounced like that.
Oh man.
Wow. Just rolled out on us like that. That's crazy.
I told you, man, he's different. He's different.
That's all right, man. Well, thanks for watching BWT. Shout out to Teddy for having a great show. And Teddy, we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.
Bruh.